Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Matsina reading you the news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, today, identity of India is yoga, as well as youth and the world is looking at India's startup as its future. Union Minister Dr Jitendra Singh says that there will be Common Eligibility Test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. Justice Serto laments that legislators are not introducing new laws. And Deputy Commissioner Kohima, Thejawelie Gregory, directs closure of all check gates under Kohima district. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that today the identity of India is yoga, as well as youth and the world is looking at India startups as its future. The Prime Minister said this while addressing the 80th birthday celebration of Sri Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji of Mysuru, Karnataka through video message today. Modi said that the country's industry and Make in India initiative is turning out to be a ray of hope for global growth. Modi stressed on working towards achieving these resolutions. He called upon the spiritual centers to be the centers of inspiration in this direction as well. Noting their work in the preservation for nature and service of birds, the Prime Minister requested Datta Pitham to work for water and river conservation. Modi said, with the mantra of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas, the country is calling for collective pledges. Prime Minister Modi said that today the country is preserving its antiquity and also promoting it, and at the same time giving strength to its innovation and modernity. Union Minister Dr Jitendra Singh today said that there will be Common Eligibility Test (CET) for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year, and the first such test is being scheduled to be conducted before the year end. Chairing the joint meeting of all the 6 autonomous bodies under the Department of Personnel and Training, DOPT, the Minister said the National Recruitment Agency under DOPT is gearing up to conduct computer-based online CET. This will be a game-changer, providing ease of recruitment to the job aspirants with at least one exam center in each district of the country. Singh said the CET is a path-breaking reform carried out by the DOPT to bring about ease of recruitment for young job aspirants, and it will prove to be a major boon for youth, especially those living in far-flung and remote areas. The Minister said the historic reform will provide a level playing field to all the candidates, regardless of his or her background or socio-economic status. There will also be a huge benefit to women and Divyang candidates for those who find it financially unaffordable to appear for multiple tests by travelling to multiple centres. Guwahati High Court Judge and Executive Chairman of Nagaland State Legal Services Authority, Justice Songkhupchung Serto, said that 99% of the cases in High Court were against the government, observing that most bureaucrats commit mistakes because of their lack of knowledge on the law. He said this yesterday while addressing law students of Kohima Law College, Kohima, during an interaction program in the college premise. The judge lamented that legislators were not introducing new laws, which is one reason why the state of Northeast have very less laws governing us. Serto added that minor changes to the law were made only during emergencies or when situation arises, while stating that the government is governed by the law. Serto opined that if administrators, bureaucrats and legislators study law for 3 years, they will become better at their profession, adding that law is dynamic, need continuous growth and subject to change to fit the need of the society. Exhorting the students, Justice Serto said law as a career option is limitless and called upon them to explore beyond getting stuck with senior advocates or becoming law graduates. You are tuned in to a live broadcast from All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Deputy Commissioner Kohima, Thejawelie Gregory, in a directive has informed that all police check gates in Kohima district, except the existing interstate check gates, will be closed forthwith. Check gates set up by other departments, including municipal and town councils, will also be immediately closed throughout the district, except interstate check gate at Kusama, which may function up till 31st of this month, and beyond that date will function only after obtaining specific approval of the Home Department. In the event of additional inter- or intrastate check gates required for unavoidable reasons by any department, including the police department in any part of the district, the matter will be referred through AHOD or HOD concerned with justifications to the Home Department for consideration, and only after getting prior approval of the government, the check gate will be set up by the department concerned. Every department concerned, after closing the check gate at any location in compliance with this order, will dismantle and completely remove any temporary structure or building standing at the location and being used by it so as to obviate the possibility of anyone else misusing the structure or space left behind for illegal collection purposes. The person in charge of any authorized check gate in Kohima district will ensure that except government employees detailed by the department, no other private individual is present at any point in and around the premises being used for the purposes of check gate. PWD department will put up prominent signages in local dialects or English and Hindi at every check gate, declaring that no payment other than required by any law. A team consisting of State Nodal Office officials from Directorate of Agriculture, led by Dr. I. Amenla, Joint Director, ATMA, visited Peg District on 18th and 19th of this month for concurrent monitoring and evaluation under ATMA and to check other scheme programs, activities, and ongoing Kharif preparation under implementation by the department. The team visited KVK Porba at Futsuro, Persimmon Farm School at Lakromi Village, and Banana Farm School at Peg Basa Village. The team leader asked the scientist at KVK Porba to give special importance to millet cultivation by identifying the area, village, production and variety grown in connection with International Year of Millet to be observed next year. During the visit to the District Agriculture Office, PAC, Dr. Ayamenla spoke about widening agricultural activities by coordinating and converging of Agri and Allied Department along with KVKs and ATMA to improve working culture and to disseminate knowledge and information to farmers. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said the excise duty reduction of 8 rupees per litre on petrol and 6 rupees per litre on diesel has entirely been made in Road and Infrastructure Cess, RIC. In a series of tweets, Sitharaman said that even in November last year, the reduction of 5 rupees per litre in petrol and 10 rupees per litre in diesel was entirely made in RIC. She stressed that basic excise duty, which is shareable with states, has not been touched. The finance minister said, therefore, the entire burden of these 2 duty cuts made in November last year and yesterday is borne by the centre. More than 192 crore 28 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said over 14 lakh 37,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. During the same period, 2,226 new cases were reported in the country. India's active caseload currently stands at 14,955 and it is at 0.03%. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75%. The weekly positivity rate currently stands at 0.50%, while the daily positivity rate is also at 0.50%. To end the news, here are the headlines again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, today, identity of India is yoga as well as youth, and the world is looking at India startups as its future. Union Minister Dr Jitendra Singh says that there will be Common Eligibility Test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. Justice Serto laments that legislators are not introducing new laws, and Deputy Commissioner Kohima, Thejawelie Gregory, directs closure of all check gates under Kohima district. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Have a good night.